probably wouldn't be doing half of what I'm doing, because a lot of people that say they motivate me and say will say they're motivated by me or inspired by me, bro. Believe it or not, bro, I be motivated and inspired just by having people that look up to me. Bro, like, you gotta be satisfied with what you got going on in your situation, and what other people's opinion is really don't matter, because at the end of the day, bro, nobody's putting no money in your pocket, and then even if they are putting money in your pocket, no one should have a say-so on what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? It was a point in time when I was younger, bro, and I used to think that, like, nobody would ever cared about what I had to say. You know what I'm saying? I used to be that person that felt like I had such a big voice, or felt like I had some real important shit that would change the world, but I didn't know how I was gonna get the audience to listen to me. I didn't bar how I sit at heart high for yourself. Like, don't be the person that's out here trying to live to impress people or live to live up to other people's expectations. Like, life is not a race, I promise you. Like, life is definitely a marathon, because what I can tell y'all is it's not about who get it the quickest, it's about who keep it the longest.
Today on the catalog, we have Whocasper. And one thing for Whocasper that I really took from just learning about him is being authentic. And that's one thing I can say he definitely is. And if y'all was tuning into my video yesterday, you will know I said the video of my top one most inspirational creator that I done seen, that really impacted me and my content, was coming up soon. And this is the one that came up, you know what I'm saying? And it mainly is because we do like the same type of content, and I'm able to see how he kind of like branches on it, and how he kind of just does different stuff outside of the content too. Like, you know what I'm saying? He has the vlogs, that's something that I want to transition into soon. Once I start getting my life a little better. Like, y'all see the t-shirt I got on and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'll definitely want to start getting into that. But obviously he has the motivational content. That's the main thing that really struck me to him. And once that struck me to him, I really listened to the story, and I ain't gonna say the story's like all the way similar, but it's a lot of similarities between both our stories. And it's like, that's just something that really inspired me. And I was like, wow, if he can go up here and do it, then I can go up here and do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But with all that being said, I ain't gonna do too much more talking. Let's get straight into the video. The number one thing I took from Casper is be what you want to be, and don't be what social media wants you to be. And this is something that he's very transparent on. He was talking about, as he was coming up on YouTube, he thought he needed this big penthouse, all these cars, going shopping, all this time to really get views. And it turns out he didn't really need that. You know what I'm saying? And I really resonated with that, because sometimes on social media you may see people think you need the cars, you need the penthouse to be successful on YouTube and get people to start watching you. When that's really not true. It's really not true. You have good content, they're gonna come regardless. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, he even talks about how he used to do that in the past. You know what I'm saying? He was at one point struggling. You know what I'm saying? But eventually he started posting his free game videos, and he started blowing up more and more and more after that. And he's the Whocasper we know today. And also I got a chance to meet Whocasper 2 times. Well, one time I have a picture for it, the other time I don't have a picture for it, because I just wasn't really on my phone at that time. But we have a picture of one time where we met him. Cool dude, calm, chill, humble guy, for real. But with all that being said, I ain't gonna do too much more talking. Let's get straight into the next point. All right, man. Number 2, what I have, y'all, is do things for yourself. And a lot of YouTubers fall in the trap of this. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I really took from Casper when he was talking about do things for yourself is when you just look at the cars he buys. Currently he has a C8 and has a Blackwing. But on YouTube, a Hellcat was trending, but he said he doesn't like Hellcats. He didn't want a Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want a track car. He wanted the C8, the ZL1, or a Blackwing. And that's eventually what he got. You know what I'm saying? And it would have been easy for him to get what every typical YouTuber gets that's going up, get the Hellcat, make some content off it. But no, he decided to be different. He eventually did things for himself, and I'm not saying don't show love to your supporters. Definitely show love to your supporters. And yeah, but sometimes you may have YouTubers be like, oh man, y'all let me know what car I should buy. Y'all let me know what house y'all want me to buy. Ooh. And what it ends up doing is that what you don't realize is that, bro, you start letting your supporters have control over you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you kind of want to bring your lifestyle and the things you like, your true authentic self, to your supporters beforehand, instead of having them choose for you and what you need to do. And that's one thing I really saw Casper did. Casper never really, I ain't gonna say never listened to his supporters, but it's like when it comes to personal things like that, he never was like, oh, my supporter said do this, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. No, if he wanted the C8, he was gonna get a C8. If he wanted a black wing, he was gonna get the black wing. He wanted ZL1, he was gonna get the ZL1. It doesn't matter what old dude done bought, what old dude done bought, and what old dude done bought. They all bought track cars, and Casper didn't want a track car. He didn't get the track car. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I think y'all can really take away from this tip is just do things for yourself. Sometimes it may be a benefit to doing certain things, but don't be doing things because the outside world, or it kind of goes back to number one of what social media thinks you should do. Because I'm be honest, being young, black, and being a YouTuber, they're gonna want you to get a Hellcat and Trackhawk, and there's nothing wrong with that. Those are great cars, but not everybody likes them cars. Like me personally, my dream car, well, my dream car going up, when I'm at that age, is a C8 Corvette. So you know what I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get a C8 Corvette. I'm not gonna get a Hellcat. I'm not gonna get a Scat Pack. I'm not gonna get an AMG. I'm not gonna get a BMW's been trending too. I never been too big on BMWs, but it's just you really have to think and really just master the ideology of being like, boom, okay, I'm gonna do things that's good for me and beneficial for me. It's not being selfish, but it's just putting yourself up there. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. It's nobody else's life to live. But with all that being said, that's gonna be it with tip number 2. Now let's get into the last final tip number 3 of the YouTube video today. Another thing I learned from Casper, and this ain't really nothing to do with being authentic, but just capitalizing off the hate. What I mean by that is that if y'all tune in to any Casper live, y'all will see he gets a lot of hate in his comments. And what does he do? He responds to them and gets clips of him. You know what I'm saying? He makes them look stupid, so he ends up coming on top of the haters no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more you hate on him, the more money he's gonna get. The more you hate on him, the more content he's gonna produce. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I kind of learned, and I took that in my arsenal. Because on TikTok, I do want to start going live on there and talking to my community and everything like that. So I just need to get everything situated first before I start doing that. But still, definitely, that's one of the big things I learned from Casper. But today's video honestly wasn't as long as others. But I still think Casper is very important role in my content creation journey. Like I said, the inspiration to me. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But yeah, man, with all that being said, that's probably gonna wrap today's video. I hope y'all had a great day today. Y'all be safe today. What else? Yeah, hit that subscribe button for me too. But with all that being said, I love every single one of y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video.